Hi and welcome to War HQ. My name is Lucius, and on today's episode we'll be looking at another battle rep from our Mini-Geddon challenge, Mini Epic Armageddon. So it's 1,500 points. We've modified the rules a little. So in the last one I went over how you score objectives, but basically each player has a base objective worth 2 victory points either way, and then there's 2 secondary objectives, which are like little settlements, which are worth 1 each. So basically by the end of turn 3, whoever's got the most points wins. Otherwise it goes to turn 4. And that's what we're sort of playing. In the last episode, we had the Iron Elder versus the Tyranids. The Iron Elder won that one. So in this one, what we have is the Emperor's Children versus the Iron Elder. Now, I'm madly painting up some Imperial Space Marines at the moment. I think I've got enough for 1,500 points. I've got probably printed about 4,000 points of them. So what I'll be doing is whoever wins this one will then go on to fight the other team as well. So they'll fight the Imperial Fist. So if you like this kind of content, then please consider subscribing to the channel. Please like and comment on this video as well. It really does help the algorithm. Our Epic Armageddon stuff is quite popular. Really appreciate those that support us. We also have Patreon if you're interested in that, and the link is down below. But for now, let's get started. Okay, we have a force here for the 1,500 point Mini-Geddon challenge that we'll be partaking in today. This force is the Iron Elder. So the Iron Elder, these are all original miniatures. Well, these ones from different various incarnations of the game. There's a couple of different Guardians and stuff in there, and some of these were different coloured plastics. Some of them are originals in blisters like these guys, but they're all original miniatures. And yeah, so they are in the challenge today. Now they have the Avatar obviously over here. So we've got the Avatar. We all know what he does. Now there's a few units here for the War Hosts, and we have 3. So, and they're all minimum strength ones. So we've got the Wraith Lords. So we've got 6 Wraith Lords here with the Spirits here. You guys know what they're good at. They're good at close combat. They're classed as vehicles basically, so armored vehicles. So they're pretty hard to kill. Reinforced, really cool stuff. And then we also have 2 units of Wraith Guards, or Ghost Warrior Guards. So these guys are in units of 4, so we've got 2 of them right there and there. These are really good units. They've got 2 macro weapon attacks each, so that's 8 per unit of these. And they're also really hard to kill, having good armor and good saves. So thinking these are going to be quite good against any enemy really, like particularly tanks they'll be good against as well. We have a scout unit here of walkers, so we've got 4 war walkers. That's just to seize objectives and to screen off areas that we don't want to be taken by the enemy, obviously. We have some guardians, so we've got a full unit of guardians here, so 6 guardians with a farce here. You've got the support weapon platforms, 3 of those, and you have 1 heavy weapons platform as well, so they've given it a little bit of extra punch. These things are a bit squishy. They are going to have to be put into woods and stuff like that because they do tend to die with no armor save pretty quickly. But that's what they are. And then we have, over here, we have like a troop. So we've got Swords of Vol. So what we have here is we have 4 Falcons and we have 1 Firestorm. That gives us a little bit of AA protection just in case again, because there's no aircraft in this force. So we'll see how that goes. But these are the Iron Elder. Okay, another team that will be included in this 1,500 point Mini-Geddon challenge is the Emperor's Children. Now, the Emperor's Children force we've got in front of us here has 2 retinues. So the first retinue is just basic. It's just got 6 Chaos Marines here, and then it has a Land Raider attached to it. So obviously you can't transport all those, but it's just there for firepower, basically, and to buff it up a bit. The second retinue we have over here is 6 guys again, 6 Marines, and they have Rhino transports. Now, then we got a unit of Noise Marines, so we have an overstrength unit here of 7 Noise Marines, just for the fitting in for the 1,500 points, and they have 4 Rhino transports as well. One's driving backwards. It's the Emperor's Children. These things happen. So Noise Marines are really good. They disrupt. They got a better firefight ability, so they're quite strong. Now we have some support stuff here as well. We have the Questa Titan over here. So the Questa Titan has lots of shots, hopefully take down some of the armoured enemy stuff. And we also have an overstrength unit of 5 Predator tanks as well. So a little bit of tank support. Everything's pretty much in vehicles except for one unit, which will pretty much be my holding unit, I guess. But that is the Emperor's Children force for this challenge. All right, so the board setup is essentially the same as it was last time. We have the 2 main objectives. So one is down here, and then the other one is on the far side of the board over here. The main objectives, they're worth 2 points each, whether you hold it or catch it by the end of turn 3. And then we have the secondary objectives, which are these, and it's pretty much just whoever has the most amount of wounds in these at the end of turn 3 will win those, and they're worth 1 point each. These are like woods. These are cliffs, and just a normal hill over here as well. And then these are towns, so like buildings. So, you know, those modifiers apply as far as terrain goes. Okay, both armies have a strategy rating of 4. So the Iyanden Eldar roll 8, and the Emperor's Children roll 7, as we can see there. So Iyanden Eldar will have the first activation. Okay, so with deployment, the Emperor's Children have chosen this side of the board. What they have here is they have a home base unit here. This is just Chaos Space Marines with a Lord there, and then they've got a Land Raider which is attached to it. They've got their Predators over here on the flank. The Quester is hiding here behind this cliff. And the 2 units, these are the Noise Marines, and then this is the Chaos Space Marines over here. And they're ready to roll in their Rhinos. And on the other side of the board, what we have is we have some Eldar. Learning from last time I deployed them in the buildings and they got snotted pretty easy and very quickly. But I've got them over here in the woods for a bit of extra protection as a scouting maneuver. And then over here, just a little bit different than last time. I think these are sort of stuffed up last time and left my main base alone. But what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to put these guys, so these Ghost Warriors over here, in home defense, and then I have my Wraith Lords up here, another unit of Wraith Guard, Swords of All, and then I have my main unit here, which will probably try and push forward towards the secondary objective and hold with the bonus to their saving throw, so that'd be pretty handy. But that is the deployment. Okay, first activation, the Iyanden Eldar have triple moved, or march moved, their Guardians up into these secondary objective buildings to get this cover bonus for all these guys. They can't fortify because they're elves, but they should still get the cover bonus whilst in the buildings. All right, first move for the Emperor's Children. They have decided to move up around this hill objective, so they come from over here, and they've come and pretty much unloaded the troops whilst hidden behind this for cover, just in case they were to get double moved and shot by the Swords of All or something, so they're being pretty defensive. The Eldar then move up their Ghost Warriors, and they've got them, or the Ghost Guards, sorry, and they've got them around this center objective, but hidden here, just in case they get outflanked and shot. The Emperor's Children Noise Marines do a double move over to here, and they secure these buildings, so they park in here, and they drop out all of their Marines. All right, the Wraith Lords do a little sneaky maneuver over here, and get in behind this hill near the scouts up here. And just in a sort of a reserve ready position. The Emperor's Children that were at the home defense there have decided to do a pretty rapid move over here, 3 moves to get here, and yeah, they're on the other side here of these Wraith Guard and sort of taking the center of the board. I think what I'm going for here is I'm going to make like quite an offensive push with the Emperor's Children, try and wipe the Eldar off the board and like a defensive line. I've got enough troops to do it, so let's see how it goes. All right, so the Eldar Firestorms, pretty good movement on these guys. They move from over here and they push forward with a single move. And now they're going to conduct fire against this unit over here. So have a look there. Pretty much all of these guys can see all of that. This guy here can only see these guys over here. So what I might do is I've got to sort of decide what I'm going to do with my guns. So the Falcon itself, the pulse lasers are all AT actually. So I guess we're going to be raining those down on the Land Raider, and then everything else is going to be AP. So with the pulse lasers, we have 2 times AT4, so that's going to make 8 shots at AT4. So let's see how we go on the Land Raider here. Okay, not the best. 2 hits out of 8, pretty poor. Okay, so that's on the Land Raider. And now as far as the AP shots go, they've got scatter lasers. They've got one of those each of their AP5, but then we also have the Firestorm, which has 2 AP5s, which will attach to that as well, so that'll make 6 shots at AP5 against the infantry. Okay, so here they go. All right, so we have 2 hits against the infantry. So pretty simple to resolve there. So the Land Raider itself over there, it has a 4 reinforced armor. So let's give that a go. So it's got to get 2 saving throws, both saves. So Land Raider's sweet. And then the 2 infantry stands there and there. They're just normal Chaos Space Marines, so they just have a 4. So let's go. Both save. Wow. Okay, so that didn't go so well for the Eldar there, but what did happen is they got 1 blast marker. That rash move by the Eldar may not pay off, because right now the Questar Titan does a single move. It's a war engine, it's got a 35 centimeter move, so he moved just 1, and he has a whole bunch of shots. So first ones will do 75 centimeter range, sorry. AT4 attacks, that's its 2 main battle cannons. He's going to shoot against these guys, obviously. So they both hit, there's 2 hits on those guys. And then this one's going to be interesting. We have the 2 Castigator cannons, which have 3 shots each. So it's 6 shots, and we are looking for 5s to hit on these little suckers. So, ooh, not so great. So there's another hit. So that's 3 hits against these guys. So we'll just say these first 3 get hit. These guys don't have the best saving throw. They are a little bit squishy, so the Falcons have a 5+. And so we have 3 saving throws to make. All fail, so boosh. All 3 of those get zapped. These things would have received 4 blast markers, but they're broken, so they've only got 2. But they are broken. And these things will now make a retreat move, double retreat move, so 35 centimeter. That'll get them right back up the end of the board there, so they bug out. And that was probably the worst, I think, the Questar Titan could have done. It is pretty nasty. The Eldar at home here decided to do an Overwatch maneuver. Sticking with the battle plan, the Emperor's Children moved their last unit, which is these Predator tanks. These are a little squishy, and I didn't want to get them right out in the open, just in case the Eldar win initiative in turn 2, because they could get zapped pretty easy by a unit of like Wraith Lords or something. So what they decided to do is just do a double move over to here and just hug in behind this scenery here. Pretty defensive, but like what you'll see here is turn 2. I've got a battle line now, which pretty much shouldn't be able to be penetrated. So I'm trying to protect this base over here, so like I don't actually have to protect it. So I'm going to have a battle line and push forward, different sort of tactics, see how it goes. Okay, so the last unit to activate for the Eldar are my Scout Walkers up here. So what they're going to do is they're going to go sustained fire. And this guy is in range of this with his lance. So that'll be the first shot, and then everything else will pretty much go into these guys behind here. More just to try and disrupt the enemy, I'd say, is my sort of plan with that one. So the the Bright Lance, 30 centimeters, and the Scatter Laser, so they're both AT5. So he's got 2 AT5 shots into this dude. Let's have a go. So 1 hit. Now these Predators have a 4-up defense, and he fails. So that one gets killed. Which is good. That's good fire for effect. These War Walkers hardly do anything for me most of the time, so I figure this time I'm going to use them more defensively and then just try and keep them alive if I can. So that guy is gone. Now these 3 guys, are all within range of this stuff down here, and they're looking down on it. So the War Walkers, let me see. So we'll use the Bright Lancers first. They're going to have to shoot at the Rhinos down there. So they have a AT5, but let's put that to, it's sustained fire, so it's +1, but -1, because they are in cover, I would say. So it's just a straight up 5-up for those guys, and they all miss. And now we have 3 Scatter Lasers, so these are AP5. So +1, -1 again for the cover, so it just evens out. So 5-ups against these troops in here. All miss. So it wasn't as successful, but what we did do is we did put a blast marker on these goons, so hopefully that does something. Just as a side note, those Predator tanks received 2 blast markers, not 1, so that's over there. Okay, so end of 2 cleanup here. These guys are broken, so they're a -2. They've got a 2 initiative normally, so it goes to 4. No, they do not recover from their break. Moving right along, we have these guys that got shot at over here. They have initiative of 1. Enemy within 30, so they only fail on a 1 really. So they're okay. They come out of that. Predator tanks behind here. They have no enemy within 30 anymore because there's only that 1 tank that was within 30 of those guys. Oh, yeah, okay. Not within line of sight, these other guys. So they've got to make a roll. They get a 3, and that succeeds, so that halves that to 1. Okay, these guys come under fire down here. They roll and get a 4. That removes that. And that is pretty much the cleanup for turn 1. Okay, so initiative turn 1, the Eldar roll a 6. Whoop, and this time they are pipped by the Emperor's Children on a 7. So the Emperor's Children, this is a very important turn for them to go first, I would say. All right, so the first move that the Emperor's Children decide to do is to actually concentrate fire or sustain fire with their Questa Titan. And what we're going to do is we're going to try and shoot these guys out of here because it's actually quite nasty versus infantry. So you've got 2 battle cannons at AP4, so +1 to hit, -1 to hit, obviously from the cover and the bonus for the thing. So basically they're just normal to hit. These guys normally don't get a save, but they will actually get a save this time because they're in cover, so of 5 up. So let's see how we go. There's a lot of attacks going to be raining down here, so it's all on dice, I guess. So Questa Titan, we'll go with the minor attacks on these. So the battle cannons, 75 centimeter range, AP4, so 2 of those. So 1 hits and 1 misses. And then we have the Castigator cannons, which are its main infantry weapon. They're AP3, and we've got 6 attacks, so this could hurt with decent rolling. So let's have a look. Ouch, only 2 miss. Okay, so we've got 5 hits. So we've got 5 Eldar, and it's pretty much the first ones from this guy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll say those 5 there. And they've got a 5 up save. So 2 save, 3 are dead. Okay. So we'll just, these 3 at the front get zapped. Okay. And they have, the remainder have 4 blast markers. And that is that. Now, it's a pretty tough call on this one. I was either going to, do something really offensive and try and kill the Questa or something. But I think I need to be defensive and hold out with these Eldar. So these guys are going to do a martial movement. They're out of range of shooting, so they just stay where they are, but they martial. So 2d6, and they take away 3 of these. Unfortunately, they didn't take the whole thing away, but they put themselves back down to 1 blast marker, which is handy. Okay, so these Chaos Space Marines that were behind the hill moved out from behind here and came this way. And what they did is they loaded up, and then they came here and unloaded. They're outside of the zone of control of this 5 centimeters thing. So what they're going to do is they're going to try attempt to shoot into here. Now they're at a -1, just because these guys are in cover, but all of them are within 15 centimeter range here. So we're just going to shoot. We've got 6 units of Marines and then 3 Rhinos. So the Marines are going to have to use their normal attacks, which is their autocannons. AP5, so it'll be AP6, so there's 6 of those. So let's skew. Nothing hits. And then you've got 3 Rhinos, which need a 6, and nothing hits, which is pretty slim. So these guys stay fairly safe in their buildings, but they do get another blast marker. And they've already been this turn as well. It's more just to put the pressure on, so if it set up the charge for next turn. Alright, so the Chaos Space Marines do a pretty bold move here. They a single move up to here. Now all of these guys are in range of these. This guy isn't in range of anything. He can't see them. So they're going to be using autocannons, and then this thing's going to be shooting guns at them as well. So let's start with that. So we'll start with the Chaos Space Marines. They have autocannons, which is AP5, and there's 5 units in there. So let's give that a go. Okay, so 3 hits is pretty reasonable. That's respectable. So that's with our autocannons. Chaos Lord doesn't get any extra bonuses. And so now we've got the Land Raider. He has, so the Blastmaster has an AP of 4, and that shoots and hits. And Twin Las Cannons, a T4, so they can't shoot at any armoured targets, I don't think. By the look of things, I don't see anything in range. The Wraith Guard, they are definitely infantry. So they'll just have to suck that one, I think. That's about all they can do. Okay, so that's 4 hits against these guys. Now these are 4 armor reinforced, so they're pretty tough. 2 save and 2 fail, and then this will determine how good they go. So 1 dies. So it's pretty good in all. So what we did is this guy gets zapped, and he ends up, these guys end up with 2, so I've really suppressed the hell out of those guys, which is excellent. That was the objective. Okay, so these Wraith Guard were put in pretty difficult position. So what they decided to do, if I would have shot, I would have lost 2 guys doing that, or I could have marshaled, but I still would have only shot with 1 guy. So what I've done, sorry, I forgot to put the avatar on. So they summon the avatar before they do that. So they've got 3 guards. So what if I charge like this, then this doesn't matter really. It only matters at the end when I determine who wins the combat. And these guys are pretty awesome in close combat. So what I've decided to do here is just charge them instead, and summon the avatar and charge. So that is pretty nasty. So in response, these guys, well, they're all in close combat already, and these guys will just provide shooting support. And then this guy obviously is just going to provide shooting support. So let's work this out. This could be pretty devastational if this goes well for the Eldar. They've got the advantage here. So, okay, so we have the avatar. Let's do his attacks first, because that'll be pretty easy. So he's got a close combat of 2. Ouch. So that's he's got 3 damage capacity. So that's 3 normal attacks at 2 up, so 3 hits. And then he has 1 macro attack at 2 up as well. So, and that hits. So there's the macro. And then these are the normal hits against the Marines. Then we have the 3 bases of Wraith Guard. Now they have a close combat of 4, so they've got 3 normal attacks. So 2 of those hit. And then they have 3 macro attacks as well, with their extra attack at 3 ups, which all hit. So this could really pay here, I think. So pretty much, without having to roll anything there, of course these are all close combat, they can only kill these 4 guys, and there's 4 macro weapon strikes there which can't be saved. So literally just destroyed everything that's in close combat. So all of those will be dead at the end of the turn. And let's fight back with the Chaos Space Marines. So Chaos Space Marines, they have a Firefighter 2, so I'll start with these guys up the back here. Okay, so Firefighter 2, so that's 1 hit. And then we have 4 guys in close combat, and one of them is a Chaos Lord, which will get a macro attack. So they have a close combat of 4. Okay, so that's 1 more hit, and then the macro weapon attack hits. Okay, so it's interesting. So what we have is we have to go. Let me see. So the macro weapon attack will hit. Well, they're going to have to spread it out really. So what we have here is, what's the avatar? He's a war engine. Write that one down. Yeah, he's a war engine. So they'd have to, what they're going to do is just spread the attacks between these 3. So 1 macro weapon a strike on this guy. Let's see if he can save that. So he doesn't get his reinforced, so he's got a 4 up. He dies. So that guy's going to die with the macro strike. And then they've got 2 other attacks that hit on these guys. So armor, 1 makes it, 1 fails, and reinforced makes it. So they lost 1, and these guys lost 4. So resolution of this, let's have a look at the Eldar first. So they inflicted 4 kills. They don't have more units, there's 3 each. It had blast markers, so it doesn't matter. And led by an inspiring character, so they've got +5 to their roll. Now, the Chaos Marines, on the other hand, they inflicted 1 kill, Enemy had more blast markers, yes. So that's +2. And that's about it. So it's 2 versus 5. This could be nasty. So, alright, the Iron and Eldar have rolled 9, and the Chaos Space Marines have rolled 6. Unfortunate thing there is they've won by 3. So this entire unit is wiped. We lose all 3 of those from the retreat. So that's a really nasty round. So they just obliterated that for the loss of 1, which is pretty good. That does put these guys on 3 blast markers because they lost that 1. But with the Avatar there having 3 damage capacity, they don't break. Alright, so in a bit of an attempt to seize this initiative back before getting destroyed by the unit they're going to attack, these Chaos Predators roll forward. They are going to be down 1 on the shooting over here, but what they've decided to do, this is probably the most lethal unit left. So they're going to target these and hopefully get the initiative on them and take a few down before they get to retaliate. So let's see what we got here. So Emperor's Children Predators. We have twin las cannons, so 3 of those will be shooting at a 4 up. So 2 hits there. And then what we have is they both have 2 blast markers each, so AT6. So there's another 6 attacks needing 6s to hit. So this will be pretty clutch. Oh, all miss. That's really bad. Okay, so what happens is these guys have a 4-up save. They both fail, and they get a reinforced. And both fail. Very lucky. So they shoot down 2 of those guys. That was pretty lucky, actually. They sort of winged that. And these guys are on 3 blast markers, but not broken. So seeing their Wraithlord friends get cut down, these guys up on the hill are now within 30 centimeters of these tanks. So they decide to do a sustained fire action, which is pretty cool. It could wreak some havoc, I think, because these Predators can be pretty vulnerable when they're out in the open like this, not having their reinforced. So the Warwalkers have scatter lasers, and they have bright lances. So the lance attack is pretty nasty. So that one, let's see here, there's 4 of these guys, so going to be +1 to hit, so AT5, this is with the scatter laser, goes to AT4. So first 4 hits, 2 of them hit. And then the lance attacks, 4 of those, and they are AT4 as well at the moment with the +1. And that is 3 hits with the lances. Right, so that's 5 successful hits that these guys have a 4-up saving. And they save 3, but 2 go to hell. Kaboom, kaboom. And that breaks the unit. So the unit will be retreating back whence it came. And it'll end up over here. Right, so what the Wraithlords do in return there is they move. They're going to do martial order, so they move first. They just move for 15 forward, then they rally, and they remove all of those blast markers, which is very handy. So keeping on with this offensive drive of the Emperor's Children, these guys mount and then assault and then unmount. So they've got this guy here. These other Warwalkers are not going to engage in close combat, so they're going to sit back here, and then this guy's going to have to bear the brunt. So we've got, they can only have 2 per win, so there's 2 guys in close combat. Move this guy over a bit, so, and the rest are all shooting sport. So let's see how we go. Right, roll the Rhinos first. They've got to get a 60 hit. Wow, 2 hit in support. And then we get, how many shooters we got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shooters from Noise Marines, which are pretty nasty. In a firefight, 3+. So 5 shooters at 3+. Okay, we get another 3 hits. Oh, that was a 4. So we get another 3 hits there. And then we got 2 guys in close combat. And the Noise Marines in close combat have a 4-up. Both hit. Okay, so those 2 hits are going to be on him. Then we've got another 5 hits, so they're all going to have to save. So yeah, we'll just go 2, 2, 1. So this guy over here has a 6-up save, fails 1 and makes it, and makes 1, and then has to roll 6, makes it. That's pretty crazy. So he made both. He has got a 6 reinforced save, so he actually made those 2 hits that he took. As for these other guys, this guy fails both and then fails both, so he's dead. This guy fails both and then reinforced, makes 1, fails 1, so he's dead. And then the last guy has 1 hit on him, He fails one and fails one. So, yeah, not too good. All of his mates died. But that's what is to be expected. They got just shot down. And then in retaliation, let's fight back. Okay, so we have... Let's have a look here. War Walkers. So one's in close combat, has a 5-up, misses, and then the other 3 are giving firefight support, which have a 5-up. See how they go. 1 gets through, and 1 save on this Marine. 4-up makes it. So a bit of an epic fail there on return, but that's what you'd expect. Chaos Space Marines assaulting some walkers. Okay, so just rounding out this assault, we have, let's start with the Chaos Space Marines. So they killed 3 guys. They have more units, so that's 4. Twice as many units, that's 5. Formation had no blast markers, that's 6. And that's it, so +6 to their roll, which gives them 10. Then the Walkers inflicted no casualties. Pretty much nothing. They had no blast markers. So +1. 5, and that's enough to kill this guy in retreat. So that entire unit is wiped out of the Elder Warwalkers. It's action, these guys sustained their Overwatch fire, so they're going to stay there. So rounding out turn 2, we have these Guardians over here. They normally have a 2+. They've got enemy within 30 centimeters, so they're a 3+. They make it. Halve that to 1. These Eldar over here have a enemy within... Yes, they do enemy within 30, but they still make their roll and halve this, so they go back down to 1. This broken unit over here, still trying to come back, fails again. Ouch. And then we have, last but not least, this broken unit of Predator tanks over here, and they make it. So they're back, and they've got 1 blast marker. The all-important initiative roll, the Eldar roll, and they get 5, which is nasty, and the Emperor's Children end up with 8. So Emperor's Children go first again. Okay, bit of a no-brainer here. The Emperor's Children decide to do an assault on this Eldar unit, so they'll move in. Oop. Okay, and that is their final position. All right, so start things off. The Emperor's Children will go first. So we've got 3 Rhinos. They have a 6 firefight, so we'll put them in. 3 misses. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units in close combat for the Emperor's Children. And they have a 4-up. So let's see how they go. Will they fare a lot better? There's 4 hits from them guys. And then we have a unit giving giving fire support at 4-up, so there's another hit. Now in this sort of thing, they don't have that cover save, so 5 are dead automatically. 4 from close combat, which works out well actually. There's 4 in close combat, and then 1 more. So all of these guys are going to be dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in return, because they don't have a save, obviously, in return, these guys are fighting back. Now we have 4 units in close combat and 3 providing fire support. So the close combat guys, Guardians, have a 6. So good luck with this one, lads. 2 hits, nice. Okay, and then we have 3 giving fire support. So 1 is a heavy weapons platform, which has a 5-up. Does not work. And the other ones are support weapon platforms, which have a 6-up, and there's 3 of those, and none of those hit. So, okay, so 2 saving throws for these guys in close combat. Fail. That is actually pretty good. So 2 of the Chaos Marines get snotted, and 5 Eldar losses. Okay, so rounding out the combat, let's have a look at the Emperor's Children here. So they killed 5 units. So there's +5. They have more units. Well, yeah, they do now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. There's only 3 of these dudes left. So that's another +1, so that's +6. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 versus 3. So it'll be double as well. So it's +7. They had no blast markers, +8. And that's it. So that's pretty nasty. Going to be very hard to lose. They roll a 1 though, which is a 9. And the Eldar killed 2. Unfortunately, they did have blast markers. And that's it. So +2 to their roll. So it's 9 versus 4, which wipes out the rest of the squad. So, and then these guys will consolidate into here after all these Eldar scum are cleared out. They completely annihilate them, as to be expected. And then what they will do is they will just consolidate their guys into the buildings here. Put that leader behind. And the rhinos, I'll just have to sit pretty. Just a note there that they picked up 2 blast markers for losing 2 guys. And that's that. So deciding to be bold, these guys do an assault order over here, and they managed to connect with these guys. Everyone else here is just going to get within 15 so they can shoot and provide shooting support. Those 2 are locked in though. Right, Wraithguard, they've got 2 normal attacks at 4 up, both hit. And then they have 2 macro weapon attacks at 4 up, both hit. So what happens there, these guys are in close combat, so both those rhinos get popped. Kaboom. Okay, and then we get to fire back. So we've got 2 rhinos in close combat, which have a 6, fail. And we've got 1 shooting support of 6, fail. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 stands of Muppets, all shooting with a 4 up. And that is 3 hits against those guys. So what we're going to do is 2 on this guy and 1 on that guy. So the 2 on this guy, 4 ups, both fail, and then he's got reinforced. They both need to make it, both fail, so he dies. Ouch, that hurt. And then the last guy fails, and then reinforced, fails. Oh, so the whole unit gets wiped out for 2 rhinos. That was pretty poor rolling. So we don't have to resolve that. But these guys lose another 2. So that puts them down to 4. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, nearly broken. Alright, so the Quested Titan continues to be nasty. He's over here, and he has done a single move, and he's going to shoot upon these Wraith Lords. There's 4 of those. So Quested Titan, he's got the main battle cannons, which have a 4 up. So 2 battle cannons at 4 up, 1 hits. And then what we have is he has his Castigator cannons. These are tanks, so we've got 6 attacks at 5 up. So this could pay. Okay, so another 2 hits. Whoop. So that's 3 saving throws for these guys. They've got a 4 up, 1 saves, and then they've got reinforced. 2 saves, 1's dead. But it does the effect that I wanted, because now these guys have 2, so they're nearly broken, and they lose that bloke. Okay, there's not much these guys can really do. We're trying to win the game here, so what they do is they do a double move down to here. A double move down to here, and what they're going to do is they're going to shoot these guys because they've only got 1 left to break them. So this is really clutch moment of the game. If they can do this, they may just pull out another round, maybe. We'll see. So there's 2 of them that are suppressed, so they've only got 1 Bright Lance. They may as well just shoot straight at the Rhino. He'd be the easiest to kill. So what we have here is we have the Wraith Lords, and so it's a 5 up, goes to a 6 up. Misses, but they come under fire, and that's a blast marker, so that breaks them. And these guys are forced, they can't remount, so what they do is they run back this way. Out of that objective, so that is pretty big. It may force another turn, maybe, if they can get this, which I'm not sure about. It's very close at this stage. It could go either way. Okay, so 2 can play that game. The Predator tanks do a double move from the other side of the board, get over to here, and they fire upon these guys, knowing that they only need 1 blast marker to break them too. So one of these tanks is suppressed, so we only have 1. So it's got a twin las cannon, which is a 4 up. That misses, and then we have 2 blast markers, which are AT6, both hit. Ouch. Okay, so 2 saving throws, both fail, and then 2 saving throws, both make it. Wow. But that puts them on 3, and they are broken, my friends. So these guys run away into the distance. Right, with their army fleeing all around them, and knowing that the Space Marines have an extra move, so if I was to abandon this post, then those Space Marines, the one unit left, would be able to get over here and take this objective, so they have to hold the objective, so they choose to use Overwatch, knowing that it'll lose them the game, most probably. So Chaos Space Marines' last move, they just decide to move back to this objective. Now they would have gone and double moved or triple moved over to the enemy objective if those Wraith Guard had moved, but because they didn't, they secure this instead, and with it possibly the game. So end of turn 3, we're trying to rally troops. These guys here roll a 6 and they take this down to 2 and they are returned. These guys over here don't have enemy within range and they remove that blast token. Okay, these guys were broken, and they are unbroken, and that puts them back to 1 blast marker. These guys that have been broken the whole game try and rally. Oh, and they finally rally in the last turn. Good on them. So they rally, and that is that. So end of turn 3, and we do have a victor. It was pretty close. There's not much Eldar forces left. They nearly got wiped, but all of their forces that are left are over here, and they have all rallied. So they're protecting their home base, but they lost everything else. Now, the Chaos Space Marines, they still own this because no one took it. And then they have this, and they have this. So they got 4 points to the Eldars 2. So your final score there is Emperor's Children have 4, and Iron Eldar have 2. So there you go. All right, so that concludes our second game of this series. Emperor's Children winning there, as you saw. Pretty close back and forth, that one. As usual, I probably made a couple of little mistakes here and there, but pretty straightforward game all around, that one, really. There was no artillery, there was no aeroplanes, anything like that, so it did make it fairly quick running. So I hope you guys enjoyed that battle. Next one, I'm hoping to have the Imperial Fists painted, so what I'll be doing is I'll be placing them against the Emperor's Children. The Iron Eldar will have to face the loser of those, I guess. And I'm getting a 5th army done at the moment. It just depends if I can get my printer working again. She's on the blink at the moment, so if I can get my printer working again, I will have a 5th army, a mystery force. So if anyone's got a guess as to what that might be, please comment down below what you think my 5th force might be for this challenge. It's new, or new old. Let's see how we go. But for now, we're WarHQ. Please subscribe, like, comment, share, all those things. Thank you very much if you've made it this far. You're a complete and utter legend. We thank you for your time.